Hi all, welcome back to Kleines. Now you joined me just after the end of the last episode where, if you remember, we did some seeding and managed to get our silage pit in. Now I'm in a little bit of a quandary at the minute because I planted some grass seed, and I know if I leave it now, it's 5:15 in the evening game time, so if I leave it now, I know it's going to grow overnight and leave me so that I can't fertilize it again. So what I'm going to try doing, I'm not sure if this will work, is I'm going to speed up time to see if I can get it to trigger to germination, so I can get a layer of fertilizer on it before the kind of the darkness of the night comes. Otherwise I'll have to be spreading fertilizer at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not entirely sure how Vanilla Seasons works actually, or Vanilla Farm Sim works. So I don't know, even by doing this, if it will still let me put fertilizer on it in the first stage of growth. Because if we look at it at the minute, it's field number 5, it's grass. Oh, it is showing, so it's showing first stage, that's the first stage of growth. But I think it's always showed that. So I kind of need to get it to go into the next stage, but I think the next stage is ready to harvest, which is a bit of a bummer because that means it's no, I think it has just already clicked over. Yeah, so it goes straight to ready to harvest. That's annoying because I now then think I can't put any fertilizer on it. Let's have a go, we'll see. I know I definitely couldn't do it before it germinated. It may just be seasons that stops you doing it. So we'll see what this one does, if I can get any fertilizer down in this field. It is a bit dark now, but it'll only take me 5 minutes to get this on. It's quite a good spreader. So away we go, and I'll just do a little bit and see if this is actually making any difference to the field. So, fertilize, no difference. Right, that's a bummer. So I can't manage to get 2 stages of fertilization on that. That's a pity, so the first harvest off that's going to be pretty small. Might use that one for a grass harvest then, because the cows do need some more grass. They don't need a lot of grass, but need a little bit, so I might keep it for them. So what we'll do is then, we'll call it a night, go back into the house, and this will also give me a chance now as well to see just what the greenhouses are bringing in. I should actually be making profit in the day now, so I'll flick forward to say 7 o'clock in the morning. We go through, oh, it's going to rain now as well. So we go through the greenhouses brought us in £1,400, excellent. That's quite a good income, so we actually made £400 overnight. That's pretty reasonable. So our field of soybeans has now progressed. No, our grass has gone on another growth stage. Okay, so one more growth stage for that, and we'll get that cut today and then lifted for actual feed for the cows. Fantastic. So even though it is raining, we'll maybe take a run across and put some fertilizer onto our soybeans. It's not ideal in the rain, but yeah, it's doable. It's doable. We have got our care wheels on, so we shouldn't be leaving any tram lines in the field. Oh wow, they've actually come up quite a lot. Oh, so I just drove straight through my silage pit, I forgot all about it. This shouldn't take too long to do. Oh, it looks like I've actually missed a little bit as well. How that's happened. It's quite hard to see whenever they're this growing up. Just where I am, and I'm not fertilizing. But I know we'll definitely get the vast majority of it. Oh, it turned that much too early. Tell you what, I'll just go back and catch that little corner. Every bit helps. It should be us there. Now this field did have a lot of trouble last time whenever I tried to use a helper in it. I'm tempted to try and use it again because fertilizing should be a lot easier for a helper than planting or seeding. But Oh, it looks like I've missed. Ah, no, this is where the different growth lines were, isn't it? Where it seemed to grow weirdly midway through seeding it, but in the weird places. Yeah, it's been planted much too close to the fence as well. I'll never be able to get a combine in and around there. Alright, I'm just about done. I've got a couple of tiny little patches I seem to have missed. So straight down here, somewhere there. And if I keep going straight on at the end of this field, yeah. Oh, looks like I've missed a bit up at the top there as well. I'll go back up again and catch that one. I like to get it all. May as well get the full bonuses. There's a bit somewhere around here. This is the problem whenever the crop grows up a little bit, it's hard to see. I'm almost out of fertilizer as well, so can't really afford to waste it. Try and get this one last little spot here. Just coming up to it somewhere here. There we go. That should be it. And just had enough to do. Lovely. Technically cheating a little bit, I think, because of the rain, but I don't think you probably shouldn't sow fertilizer like that in the rain, but I don't think you can't. We do have plenty of fertilizer, but it's all in the seeder at the minute as well, so I'd have to go and empty that out. Come through the shed, and I think I was parking the spreader up just beside this pallet down here. Get it in and out of the way. Lovely. Alright then, we'll have a quick look, see how our animals did overnight. As we know, we've got a full complement of chickens now. I'm starting to lay a few more eggs. 802 litres of wheat, so that's plenty for them. Cows do need, well, they don't need a bit of grass, but the grass is the thing they're short on, so we can get some of that cutting in for them. Horses, oh, getting on wonderfully. Plenty of straw, oats, hay, water, everything ready for them, and definitely going up in value. Bought them for £5,000. I mean, if needs be, I could even cash in on one of them now, just to try and, well, I don't know what to, should I sell a horse? Sell a horse, replace a horse, and then buy a few more cows to get my milk production up. The milk and manure would definitely be handy. Although what I may look at, until I kind of get my cows online, I know I can buy manure by the pallet. So I've got this, and it's actually, it is incredibly cheap. It would be cheaper than using cows to buy manure. So I may do that. I may buy a couple of pallets of manure today, take it across, and kind of use that to get myself started. Go for a double pallet. How much is that? 4,000 litres. I mean, that's a lot of manure. That would certainly get me started. If I was to get a couple of pallets of that, I mean, is that really only £400 for that much manure? That can't be. 2 pallets, yeah. Very tempted with that. Hopefully that would actually work in the greenhouse as well. Tell you what, we'll do it. To make sure, 27856. Is that actually how much that is? Yeah, 27. Well, it looks like it's been slightly more, but I mean that is really cheap. So we'll jump out of the tractor into the JCB because I'm going to need the bag lifter to get this onto my trailer. I'll take my bale trailer across because it should, oh, going backwards and you go forwards. I always leave these things in reverse gear for some reason. Now this per JCB, it's not the quickest thing in the world, but if I can manage to get it across the shop, get these onto it, with any luck, it looks like the sun is coming out sometime today, so we'll be able to get that grass cut and get that fed into the cows as well. There we go. If we can do this and start a little bit of milk production on the go as well, that would be excellent, because the milk is worth quite a bit of money. But I really need a faster JCB. This is very slow. 12 miles an hour just feels like I'm walking. I really hope the greenhouse actually works with these now. It's extremely cheap manure if it does. And get myself lined up and try and get it over the wheels as best I can. It'll keep the weight down a little bit. There we go. Somewhere there. Lovely. I have to say, I mean, this bag lifter, instead of trying to use pallet trucks, is absolutely fantastic. I think it was Mr. Sealy P, a YouTuber, was the one that I saw using it first, and it's definitely revolutionized the manual loading and manual stacking for me in Farm Sim, because pallet forks just, I mean, I don't know how the physics works, but unless they've made them with super glue or something, some kind of sticky substance, they just always seem to give trouble. Right, lovely. So we'll get out of here, get these strapped down, and then next stop will be the greenhouses. Throw some straps on them, and with any luck, this will work. I'll just pull in, park the trailer up here off the side of the road, because we don't really have enough room to be taking it in there. Hopefully there'll be no traffic coming while I get these off. I'm sure they can manage to wait 5 seconds for me. Alright, after all, providing them with the local cabbages, or lettuces. I'm still not quite sure what they are. I think they are lettuces. So this should be just over 4,000 litres of manure per double pallet. Let me see. So, yes, it is taking it as well. Excellent. Much easier than the cows. So this should fill one and maybe half fill the other. So I'm actually going to have manure left over at this rate. Yeah, definitely. I'll get the water tanker up as well. Top these up, and then that should be actually greenhouses completed for quite a few days, I think. Oh, jumped out on top of the water tanker. So yeah, so every day it's used about, it uses quite a bit of water, and they might go through this water and manure quite quickly then. So yeah, it would actually cost more money than I think if I was buying it all the time. But it's certainly convenient, that's for sure. But if I can get my cow numbers up, and they will produce manure at quite a decent rate, I can always use the odd pallet of this to supplement if needs be. Oh, getting a bit bouncy. You should have been closer on the straps on that one. There we go. Get this one finished up. Take a little look at the weather forecast. Can we see the weather? Weather. Or is it just seasons where you see the weather? Yeah, it must just be seasons. Oh, okay. Well, it's showing sunshine for later on today, so see what I've actually got to do. This field's now fully fertilised. That's great. It's still growing away, so might be harvest time today, probably tomorrow for that. This one I'm hoping it will go, so I'll get the grass off that today and get it into the cows. That'll be my next job, and then get it properly fertilised. Doesn't need anything else, nothing needs liming, no. Cool. Right, so I will leave this pallet up here, and I can always come back and get and grab it in the future. I probably really should get another one of these pallet handlers as well, because if I can leave one at each location, it saves me having to bring it around with me every time. But for now, I'll take it back home, because I only have the one. To be right, I should have put a bucket on the trailer as well whenever I come up here, and could have nipped into the horses and topped them up with a few things, but I think we're pretty good. They don't really need much at all. pretty low maintenance. Well, we haven't really got an awful lot to do today because it has such a wet day at the minute. There's not much we can do, and until the grass finishes up, we are kind of stuck for things to do. But what I will do is I'll take a quick jump into these cows, make sure they're okay, see if there is anything else that I can put in with them at the minute. Just do that whilst I'm here and opposite them. I've got a few litres of milk, but it's, again, I don't know if it's really worth troubling with. I'm going through the wrong door. This is the one I want up here where they're getting fed at. Oh, we do have some grass sitting there still. Okay, so I'll go through the bucket onto the JCB and I'll just tidy up that little bit of grass. What I'm planning on doing with the stuff in the field is I'll cut it and then most likely scoop up as much as I need with the bucket, get them topped up fully, and then put the rest into the silage pit. I'm not going to go down the expense of a forage wagon and whatnot just yet, because for the small number of cows that I have, I just can't really justify it. But I've got 27,000 in the bank. If I'm making some money off these greenhouses now, I probably will buy myself a couple new cows as well, just to try and get a little bit more milk production, a little bit more manure, and get things moving along. Should take a quick look as well and just see how much soybeans are selling for at the minute. With any luck, they will be holding their value. We haven't done any in this map yet, so fingers crossed I can get them up to the £3,500–4,000 again that I saw them. What are they right now? So soybeans 3.8, down a little bit, but yeah, I mean they're excellent money at the minute. And I've got quite a large field over there, so that should bring in quite a few £1,000s. I might find, once I put this grass into the cows, they may not need an awful lot more. There's quite a bit here. There's more here than I thought. I'm not sure if this is... Oh, this is hay. Sorry, this is showing as hay. Do cows take hay? They must do if they've spat it out. Yep. So it's going to need more grass. Oh, yeah. I was going to make TMR. That's what I was going to make as well. So I'll need to treat myself to a mixing wagon or a mixing bucket of some sort to get that sorted too. So there we go, we've taken all of that this time. Hay's pretty much full. So straw, it needs a little bit more straw as well. Straw I'm pretty sure I can just throw into them by the bale. Doesn't need to be chopped up. They're pretty good with water. What I might do is I'll nip down to the far end. I've got the money. I'll treat ourselves to another cow, maybe even two. I've got the grass now coming in, so that shouldn't be anything to hold me back. And where is the little... Go on. Oh no, that's the straw trigger. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. It must be down this end where I buy the cows. There we are. So, what did we have? We have black cows. So I want to keep them all the same. 2,500. Yeah, I can afford a couple of them. Bit of a delivery fee. We'll take them. So that will have now affected my feed as well. Yeah, so everything's gone down a bit, but I'll be able to get that topped up with grass. Hay, I've got a hay bale, I've got straw bales, and I'll run over and do the water now. I'm going to have to go and change to a bale lifter, a bag lifter again on the JCB. Not the most efficient operations today. And where have I put the valve? It's out here. So this should top them up with their water. Lovely. And back again and change out the bucket for the bag lifter. Well, that's the cows fed. We should have plenty of stuff in there at the minute. Bar the grass, of course. The grass and the TMR is the two things we need to do, but we'll get that sorted now once we get some silage on the go. So I need to look at doing, I probably need to do some wheat next, so I can top up these. Well, I might do some barley. Didn't do barley last time. But something that generates straw. because I will need straw bales again for the TMR as well. So I'll need straw, hay and silage. And I'll need to raise some money for a mixer wagon of some sort because I don't have an awful lot of cash left. It's amazing how quickly you spend it. I'll just park this JCB up in here and we'll hang around and wait for this rain to come off. Hopefully by that stage... Oh, turn it off as well. No point in using the diesel. By that stage then, our soybeans will be getting ready to harvest, or coming close to it anyway. And then for grass we'll move on to the next one as well. Right, so I'll probably just jump forward a little bit in time now because, well, it's a nice wet day. And finally, I think it's finally stopped raining now. Sky's turned blue and the clouds are pretty much clear. It's nearly 2 PM in the afternoon now, so it has rained an awful lot today. Fields have all moved on. Grass hasn't quite got there yet to being fully ready to harvest yet. Soybeans have moved on to another stage. Even those little weird fringy bits at the outside, they can go now, but looking at the time of day, I'm sure that's going to be tomorrow before I get around to harvesting them. So the next thing I'm waiting on is just to get this grass ready. So go over, get the tractor ready, get it prepped. No point in wasting time waiting for that. So as I shouldn't lead back into the soybeans field, what I will do as well is throw the proper tyres back. Yeah, I will. I'll throw the proper tyres back onto this one. It'll not hurt the grass as I go around them. Get the big wheels back on and just make sure nothing else changes as well as I do this. Sometimes it's got a weird habit of pitting things back to some kind of defaults. Yeah, it all looks right. Hasn't charged me any money. We'll go with that. Lovely. Now have I parked the baler in the way of my motors again? I have, yes. I'll pull that out. Shouldn't actually need that for this. The baler could do with a quick wash as well, looking at it. If I pull it out, set it out of the way somewhere, or at least hopefully out of the way. It'll be like most things, no matter where I put it, it'll end up in the way though. And get to use these John Deere mowers again. I've only used them a couple of times so far, but yeah, they do seem pretty good. Been definitely happy with them. The tractor's more than capable of using them as well. Right, so that should be us pretty much ready to go now. All we've got to do is wait for stuff to grow. I'm half tempted because it is grass just to... Oh, no, sorry, it has grown. Ah, well, there we go. Not be waiting any longer now then. I was going to say I was half tempted to cut it just as the grass and a bit of an early harvest, but I don't know. It's worked out pretty much perfectly. Get everything unfolded, see whereabouts we are widthwise. Sorry, Mr. Oh, I was going to say sorry, Mr. Sign, I'm going to knock you over, but no, it went through it. Come on, everything lower, please. There we go. And the rear, and we're off. There's a pity that this one doesn't put it into a row for us. It would be quite nice if it did. It's not badly spread out, but it would just save me having to... I've got that windrower to deal with, haven't I, actually? That's something. I should have looked to see if I could change the windrower for something different. And whilst I'm cutting this in grass this time, I will go through here. Oh, yeah. Of course, I can't go through here because it doesn't let me chop down this brush. I did this with the lawnmower last time and discovered that's as far as I could go in this field. had mentioned before about not needing a loading wagon, and that I would just go straight into the JCB and feed the cows, which is fair enough for the cows, but then I also completely forgot that, you know, I do have a lot of other, or I do need to lift the rest of the grass that's in the field as well, if I'm going to put it into the pit, because I don't have a bale wrapper to do silage bales with. So I may have to have a quick look on Mod Hub as well at some stage and see if I can find myself a bale wrapper that will do. And not a bale wrapper, a forage wagon of some sort that will allow me to lift up the grass. But these cows shouldn't need an awful lot of grass at the minute, so a quick bucket in here will do them for tonight. I'll look then at throwing some fertilizer over this grass again, because at the speed the crops grow on this thing, no doubt it will be at first stage of harvesting by the time tomorrow morning comes again as well. I don't want to miss getting it fully fertilized, because it does make quite a bit of difference. So if I can just manage to scoop up a couple of buckets here, is it going to let me? There we go. Away now. Ah, this is quite good if I get rid of this one as well. It's near all these trees. I kind of messed up and did the windrowing on the wrong side. Come on, keep going. I'm catching the ground. And this bucket's going to hold quite a bit of this row actually, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. Need as much grass as I can in the pit. Oh, I'm not picking that up, am I? No. What's happened there? Is the ground changed? Or has it gone slightly out of bounds or something? Let's try, yeah, it's picking it up, it's okay. They've just gone slightly out level with the bucket, there we are. Yeah, definitely. Point to note is cut that the other way in the future. So I don't think the cows will take all of this anyway. But I think this will do us for today. Once we get this in, we'll see exactly where we are. And then next time, we'll get the rest of the grass lifted, put into the silage pit, figure out what we need for the rest of the animals, and that should do us for now. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I am Walter P. Barnstormer. As ever, do those normal YouTube things, like, share and subscribe. Oh wow, they're going to need a lot more grass. Another about 8,000 litres of grass, at least in the other 2 buckets. Alright, I'll do that. And then next time, the time you guys come back, cows will be fully fed, and we'll go shopping for some kind of a forage wagon. Gonna need something to get the silage in the pit. Thanks again guys, see you all later. Have a good day. Bye now.